#1 news source at Rider College. This is NewsLeader 27, the 7:30 report, with Eric Maniszewski and Brianna Worthy. Anna Faribault with the area's leading weather forecast, and Hilton Clark, your sports leader.
Good evening, and welcome to NewsLeader 27. I'm Brianna Worthy.
And I'm Eric Maniszewski. At the top of the news tonight, the recent presidential election. According to a survey recently published in the Rider News, 81% of Rider students had planned to vote in the presidential election. Of those who planned to vote, 40% said it would be for Bill Clinton, 26% said they would vote for George Bush, and 8% said they would vote for Ross Perot. These figures were similar to both the state and national level polls, as well as the final outcome of the election. Bill Clinton won both New Jersey and the overall election with a majority of electoral votes, with Bush second and Perot a distant third. On who was expected to win, the Rider populace which was surveyed was even more accurate. More than half of those surveyed chose Clinton. In the survey, Clinton received 56% of the vote, Bush 38%, and Perot 4%. The tradition of the interim study program is coming to an end at Rider College after this year. Up until this year, students were able to take a class during a long intersemester break, which lasted from late December until early February. But after this year, this ISP program comes to an end. Many of the students at Rider are very disappointed with this decision. Younger students are unhappy because they aren't going to be able to receive 3 extra credits, and older students are losing the opportunity to receive extra credit as well as the chance to do an internship. As a result of the removal of the ISP program, the semesters will be 1 week longer now. The students feel that the extra week really won't make that much of a difference one way or another. However, the ISP was the perfect chance to boost their cumulative average as well as do something that they enjoy. But no matter the students' feelings, after this year, we bid farewell to the interim study program. Brianna?
Thank you, Eric. The college professors of the communications department were excited when Anthony Coleman was nominated for an award. However, they were more than a little shocked when they heard that he had declined his nomination. Coleman, a 21-year-old communications student, is one of Rider's finest in his field of television production and journalism. He was recently nominated for the Who's Who Award, but declined because he did not have senior status. At this time, Coleman isn't disappointed about turning down the award, but instead he is happy that he was recognized for his talents. In order to improve the Rider campus, another building has recently gone an interior facelift. The Switlick dormitory was renovated this past summer. It now has remodeled rooms as well as carpeted hallways. In addition, Switlick has also changed to a co-ed dorm, in the past being a male-only residence. Switlick is now the second dorm that has been renovated this year, the first being Conover last year. Back to you, Eric.
Well, one thing that students don't think has improved much is the food service. It seems that students everywhere tend to have complaints about the quality of food at their schools, and Rider College is no different. In many instances, students recall Daly's dining hall was serving lousy food. They complain that the meals are too starchy, and often the food which is served is not fresh. One Rider student cited, for example, a taco dinner at which he received moldy cheese and the toppings were brown. Students also complain about the food's lack of taste and the blandness of meals. Finally, students bellyache about the food's not always being cooked well. They say that too often the roast beef is red and the chicken is pink. If the dining hall takes some of these complaints under advisement, then maybe the students would appreciate Daly's more and stop looking for other options. Let's see what some other students had to say about Daly's.
One night has good food and the rest of the night stinks. So they should put at least one good meal on each night, so when we're hungry we have something good to eat instead of eating cereal.
It's alright. Sometimes it's really terrible, and you gotta do something about it. Lack of food. That's an interesting question. There could be some improvements made. Some days is alright. Some days is not.
Sometimes the portions are so small, we might ask for seconds on our first trip.
One option to eating at Daly's is eating off campus. And where better to eat than your own apartment? It seems that many students, especially older students, prefer living off campus. Many of these students cite not having to eat at Daly's as one of the benefits. Instead, they are able to make their own food. They say that off-campus living also makes you budget your bills, and it teaches you how to become a responsible adult.
There's a new sorority coming to the Rider College campus. On October 21st, Dean McRoberts gave his approval for the expansion of the college's Greek system. After receiving Dean McRoberts' okay, the interest group went to seek the Rider student government support, which they received on November 3rd. The as-yet unnamed group will be interviewing national sororities that are interested in starting a chapter here on campus. Christine Roberto, president of the interest group, said that they have waited a long time to become recognized. The group should have its letters by January. The journalism lab at Rider College has received 2 new Macintosh computers for students who are enrolled in the communications classes. The computers are said to be better and easier to use than the IBMs, which are presently being used in the J-Lab. The lab is located in the Fine Arts Building, room 249, and is open for student use at various times during the day. The new Macintosh computers will especially assist those students who are involved in graphic design, creating a bigger and better variety of designs for their projects. Now here's a story about the Rider College bookstore with correspondent David DeVita.
One of the most places on the Rider College campus is the college store. It's the place where Rider students go to get the books and other supplies they need. But although the staff tries to stock enough of the needed books, a worker at the bookstore says problems can develop.
The most exasperating has been the beginning of the semester when they overbooked almost every single class that we had. And there were 30 people without a book. Then there's 30 students screaming at you because they don't have their book. And the publisher doesn't have it either.
But this worker tries to make the best of bad circumstances.
Just try to tell them, we're trying our best to get the book. We just try to be patient with the customer and let them know what the problem is, that they did overbook the class.
And all this to keep the Rider College store running and to keep Rider students reading. This is David DeVita reporting for NewsLeader 27.
Many students at Rider College complain about the lack of things to do, but one of the best social settings for students is located right here on campus. The pub, located in the Student Center, is open 6 nights a week and holds occasional events from 9 p.m. until 1 a.m. Some of these various events include Monday Night Football, local bands, and the Friday Thing. It offers the perfect setting for students of legal age to drink on campus and then be able to walk home at the end of the night rather than going off campus. However, as a recent article in the Rider News suggests, business at the pub is down and students are losing interest. Some of the reasons given for the poor attendance included the lack of mixed drinks, the desire to be with a different group of people, and the 25-cent draft specials which are available at local bars. The article went on to say that the Rider Pub is not allowed to have drink specials due to policy, but it will be trying a new ladies' night every Thursday in an attempt to draw more people. LBN's Mike Kozak has more on the efforts being taken to make the pub popular again.
Rider students who have been to the pub may have noticed a few changes from last semester. According to Pat McGovern, pub manager, Rider's Pub has a whole new look to it.
We made a lot of changes here in the pub. Got all new tables and chairs, new lighting system, dance lights, new floor, new ceilings, smoke eaters. We added wine coolers to the menu. We have now imported beer Labatt's from Canada. What else do we have? We got a whole new bunch of new neon signs in here. It looks real sharp with the chrome chairs and the bar stools that we have at the bar now. Running all kinds of different things in here.
As for students' reactions, Mr. McGovern added that everyone seems pleased with all the changes.
Students seem to react real well to the pub. I mean, I was really surprised to see their reactions. They were really sort of overwhelmed, you might say.
My friends and I here we're regulars pretty much here at the pub, and I think it's great what they've done with the pub. Absolutely wonderful.
I think the changes in the pub are great. It's bringing in a lot more people. It's a lot more fun now. It used to be really kind of dead. And I come here a lot, and I have a great time.
Rider College pub's excellent. The changes are great. These new tables, see, they don't rock. They don't rock. They're nice and sturdy, nice chairs, nice new bar stools. It's great.
Mr. McGovern added that there is a big concern with safety at the pub, especially students drinking and driving.
That's a big concern of ours here. We'd rather see people coming in here, not getting in their cars and going out to McGuinn's or Club 14, because eventually we know they're going to have to drive home. And of course, as everyone knows, with the heightened awareness of drunken driving, I mean, God forbid you should kill somebody, but if you get caught, the consequences are even greater.
I'm Mike Kozak for LBN News.
The Friday Thing also provides a good on-campus source of entertainment for the Rider College community. These are events which are scheduled every other week and are located in the Rider College pub. In the past, there have been comedians, musicians, talent shows, parties, and several other types of events. These events are often culturally diverse, and this will help spread awareness to the diverse cultures at Rider College. Carolyn Thompson, a junior, is the chairperson of the Friday Thing. Her responsibilities include the planning, presentation, and promotion of all events. Ms. Thompson often inquires within the student body for suggestions as well as ideas on things they would like to see done with the Friday Thing. This relationship between the chairperson and the students at Rider is an important one, and this is what will make the Friday Thing a success or a failure.
On the 22nd of September, the Rider College radio station, WRRC, changed its home on the dial, switching frequencies from 88.5 to 107.7. According to Dr. Barry Janes, the station's advisor, the Federal Communications Commission told WRRC 2 years ago that the station was interfering with other stations. Either WRC would have to shut down or change its frequency. Many people are happy about the new switch because at the present frequency, the station is able to reach more people and with better clarity. Despite the controversy surrounding the event, Rider College managed to have a good turnout for their fall concert, which featured the Soup Dragons, James, and the Tom Tom Club. The Student Entertainment Council had received some bad publicity when it was discovered that the rap group Black Sheep would not be allowed to play. A concert task force will be set up to alleviate any future problems that may arise, so that incidents like these will become a thing of the past.
Thank you, Bri. Well, as you know, the fall sports season is coming to a close, and the Rider College sports teams completed some of their most successful campaigns ever. And here with more on that is our sports leader, Hilton Clark. Hilton?
Thank you. Hi, I'm Hilton Clark, and here's the latest in Rider sports. The men's soccer team, whose record is 12 wins, 5 losses, and 1 tie, ended the regular season with an 8-1 blowout victory over St. Peter's, which prepared the team for its first Northeast Conference Championship tournament, which begins this weekend. Freshman Brian Kennedy scored the first 2 goals for Rider and an assist, which set a new team record of 54 goals scored this season. The previous record of 47 goals stood since 1966, so this was a big victory for him. Senior Pepe St. Pard scored 2 goals to raise his team high total to 11 goals and 32 points. Senior Mike Stachelias added a goal and an assist to total his points this year to 30 points. Their coach, Russ Fager, said, "I'm pleased about the victory. We got over the hump, and we got our 12th win to keep us going." The Riders soccer team plays in the NEC semifinals at Fairleigh Dickinson tomorrow. The women's volleyball team's bid for an above 500 season was crushed by the Seton Hall Pirates. The ladies played tough despite what stats say, and their senior Karen Finn led Rider with 6 kills and 3 digs. Freshman Amy Ford was close behind with 6 digs and 4 kills. Seton Hall was a great team. They were putting up a wall of defense that met with 3 blockers with the average height of 6'3", making it most impossible for the Rider hitters to kill the ball. The Lady Broncs were outmanned, out-talented, outplayed, and at times outsmarted. The Lady Broncs field hockey team sneaked past rival Princeton, posting a 2-1 victory Wednesday in their final regular season game. The contest saw 2 Rider records come to a close. Senior Kelly Fisher tied the single season mark for assists with 13. The assist came when Fisher set up sophomore Lynn Gesher with 25 minutes left to play. Fisher then took matters into her own hands as she posted the game winner by firing one past Princeton goalkeeper Melaine Orpin with 40 minutes left in the game. The most impressive record that shows true team togetherness is the Lady Broncs 14-win season. The 14 wins are an example of how well these ladies have come together since their beginning of the season. Last, we enter into the winter sports. Kevin Bannon's Broncs will come into the league for riding high from East Coast Conference, featuring a pair of senior sickers from Pittsburgh, 6'4" guard Derek Suber and 6'6" forward William Kinsel. The versatile Suber averaged 22.8 points per game, 3.4 rebounds, 2.9 assists, and 1.6 steals, and led the ECC by making 82.4% of his free throws. Suber's neighborhood buddy, Kinsel, who averaged 9.4 points and 7.2 rebounds, is a banger on the boards, who has led the Broncs in rebounding since his freshman year. He also made second-team ECC. Joining Suber and Kinsel will be Mark Wilcox, Chris McCullough, Pete Wasco, and Defensive Player of the Year, Tim Penix. And now back to you, Brianna.
Thank you, Hilton. Coming up next, we have Anna Faribault with the weather. But first, here's a report from Fran Warner with WRBN News.
Many Rider students have faced the problem of having their car towed off campus. Any cars parked on campus roadways, such as these cars parked illegally outside Olson Dormitory, are subject to towing by security. Student Rich Grisham relates his experience of having his car towed.
All right, well, I got a ticket when my car was parked out front, so I moved it to the 15-minute zone, and then 20 minutes later, it was being towed away. And then I had to give the guy $40 if I wanted to see my car alive again, basically.
But there's two sides to this story. We talked to Riders Finest, and they had this to say about the situation.
But if you're in a 15-minute zone, we'll give you 30 to 40 minutes before we tow.
There seems to be more to this story than meets the eye. We asked security where the cars go.
They go to Mother's Recovery on Pennington Road.
Mother's Recovery here in Pennington tows all the cars off the Rider campus and charges a fee of $40 for students to get them back. Mother's employee Michael Santuso says that they get plenty of business from the Rider campus.
A week? Yeah. It's really hard to say. It runs in spells. Sometimes we don't get any. Sometimes we could get as many as 20, 25.
It all starts when they get an alert from Rider Security.
Security calls us up and says, "We need you. Come get one."
Even the little ones are getting into the act. With the youngest members of the Mothers clan ready to take over the business in the near future, it's a sure bet that Mothers will be serving the Rider community for many years to come. Fran Warner reporting, WRBN News.
Now here's Anna Faribault with the weather. Hope it's a good weekend.
Yeah, here you have the latest for us on Tropical Storm Janes.
Of course. Good evening, New Jersey. Here's your latest NewsLeader 27 weather. In South Jersey and Atlantic City, the temperature is 63. Trenton's at 64, and it's 62 degrees in Camden. The relative humidity is at 84%, and the barometer is rising 28%. Tonight, there'll be periods of rain with temperature in the low 50s. Tomorrow, the rain will be ending, highs in the low to mid-60s. Thursday, it'll be sunny, breezy, and cool with the high in the low 50s. The outlook for the rest of the week is clear but cold. Meanwhile, in the rest of the country, the West and the Midwest are under a tremendous high-pressure system, which will provide them with some nice weather this weekend. In the South, we're still watching Hurricane Janes. It should be hitting Florida by Friday. This Hurricane Janes has already set records with winds up to 150 miles per hour and damages within $100 billion. We'll keep you updated on the progress of Hurricane Janes as we get more information. Now back to you, Bri.
Thank you, Anna. Up next, the story of courage and persistence. Colleen Aiello reports on a special co-ed.
Leanne Schick is a transfer student beginning her junior year at Rider. Due to her blindness, she is guided by her dog Ivan and has also found friends on campus who are willing to help.
The students here at Rider are very friendly and they've been very helpful. Ivan's adjusted very well and he's been doing a good job guiding me to and from the buildings.
When preparing for classes, she uses different pieces of equipment.
I tape my classes and then I either transcribe the notes into Braille or onto the computer. That's how I do all my work. I usually use my computer.
And in case you're wondering how she gets to class on time,
the time is 9:14 p.m.
This has been Colleen Aiello for RCC News.
Well, that about does it for us here at the 7:30 edition of NewsLeader 27. Be sure to join us later for the 11:30 news.
I'm Brianna Worthy.
And I'm Eric Matuszewski. And for Hilton Clark, Anna Faribault, and the rest of us here at NewsLeader 27, have a good night.
Journal. See you back here tomorrow.
This has been the 7:30 Report with Eric Matuszewski and Brianna Worthy. The 7:30 Report is a presentation of NewsLeader 27, your #1 news source.